This huge Smash leak claims to know the next fighter, new Metroid game, and a whole lot of other leaks. Let's talk all about it. Block content. What's happening, my block buddies, and welcome to a brand new episode of Blocked Content's Leak Speak. My name is Callum, and this is going to be your content for today. Okay, so it's no secret that I really want Crash Bandicoot to appear in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, and I think I really want him as the next character. I mean, how cool would it be to have a character next to Steve, a big third-party character, also being one of the huge icons? I think it will kind of mirror what happened with Hero and Banjo, right? That would be so cool. Today's leak actually talks about that, but a whole lot more Nintendo Switch games. It talks about all manner of different games and even about Crash games itself, but also about DLC for specific games. So even stuff like Hyrule Warriors and Breath of the Wild Part 2. There's even some stuff about Chrono Trigger, WarioWare, and Astral Chain DLC, as well as some more information on Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighters Pass. So that's super cool, the idea of getting even more characters than we even bargained for, right? Everyone's thinking, yeah, this Fighters Pass, 4 more characters to go. There'll probably be a mix between first-party characters, third-party characters, and that'll be it, right? It feels like we have a big roster full of characters. Like, if you tally up all the characters, we're like close to 100 characters when all is said and done, right? Especially when you count different characters, like different named characters in the roster. So just to be that close to it is incredible. So I want to take the time to discuss this huge leak with you guys today and kind of see what of this could be true, what of this is definitely fake, and what could we learn from this, right? What are people saying? What are people thinking in the ether? And kind of break down all of those different thoughts. And I'm really curious about you guys' thoughts about that as well. So please leave a comment down below if you believe a lot of this, if you don't believe it, if you have any specific thoughts, because that could really make the big difference here. And of course, I've been answering many of you guys' questions about Smash Ultimate and new fighters in our show Question Block, where I answer your questions. What do I think of your favorite game? How do you start making YouTube content? Well, whatever you can think of, send your question through to blockedcontentmail@gmail.com, and I will answer your question live on the show in our next Question Blocked episode. And of course, we have a show called Block Talk. You can watch the first 2 episodes right now. It's Wind Waker HD, and we're doing a Smash Bros. Series really soon. We're getting together. It's a different time in the world. And also, please follow our Instagram at Blocked Content YouTube right now. Okay, guys, let's get into the main topic of today, and that's discussing this leak and everything that is contained within it. So, you know, take this with a grain of salt, like we say anytime something like this happens, but it could be holding some secrets, right? It could be actually having something in common with what actually is happening. So let's talk all about it. It says genuine leak, Nintendo Direct, right? That's the picture source from my pal who works in Nintendo of America. So it opens and says December 6th at around 5 p.m. So that's when the Nintendo Direct supposedly drops, which is crazy. We haven't had a Direct in such a long time, right? The first thing that is shown is it starts with Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity DLC. Then followed up, then a sneak peek at Breath of the Wild 2. The name will be finalized as Breath of the Wild 2. Is followed up by something really cool, Chrono Trigger, to be re-released along with Chrono Cross in a pack-in. Then WWE 2K20 revealed for the Nintendo Switch. Followed up by WarioWare Gold, which is released for the Nintendo Switch, which is actually pretty fun. New Astral Chain DLC is then fully announced, and it's followed up by something really cool, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate DLC character, Crash Bandicoot. We've waited such a long time, and that comes with the announcement of Crash 4, It's About Time, actually coming to the Nintendo Switch. Then Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex coming later that day. Wow, I mean, they're really doing that, right? That game isn't that beloved, right? Really fun. And then it ends saying Smash Bros. DLC Pack 3, yes, Fighters Pass number 3 is announced, which holds 5 new characters. And next is a big Pokemon segment. It says Sword and Shield plus DLC repackaged and sold together as Pokemon Sword and Shield Deluxe. One game titled Pokemon Sword and Shield. And Sinnoh remakes are revealed. They're called Pokemon Charm Diamond and Pokemon Strange Pearl. And then it says it finally ends on a sneak peek at Metroid Prime Dread for Switch. Leaker says the footage is looking a little rough. Okay, so there's so much to break down with this entire leak. I mean, there's so much information in here. A lot of things I actually think are going to happen, so I'll detail those first. Well, what I think is very likely is that Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity could be getting DLC. Of course, Hyrule Warriors, the game itself, got a lot of DLC, and of course on different platforms, got a lot of different content as well. So I could see them actually adding to that game post-launch. It would actually be really cool because that game is quite polished and could only deserve a lot more happening in it. And I think we're going to have to wait a little while longer for Breath of the Wild 2, right? I mean, it does kind of feel like that's not even a 2021 game at this point, which, I mean, it is realistic, but still, it's a long ways away. Breath of the Wild 2 being the name, I could actually see them going for it because Breath of the Wild is now such a household name that even like The Legend of Zelda something else might do it a disservice, right? You'll either have to have The Wild in it or Breath of something. And just doing Breath of the Wild 2, it's something new, right? We had, The Legend of Link or something, Zelda 2, right? And then we'll have Zelda, Breath of the Wild 2. I mean, I actually kind of like that idea. I think that's pretty cool. Now, Chrono Trigger to actually be re-released along with Chrono Cross, I think is one of those dream come true things, right? And I would love to see it happen. It does feel like this isn't like a Switch Online thing, but it will be like a pack-in. Like it will actually, you'll have to like pay separate money for just Chrono Trigger, which is kind of iffy, but we'll have to see. Maybe it's some sort of remake, right? And that would actually be worth all the dough. Now, WarioWare getting a new game, but it actually just being WarioWare Gold, does feel kind of Nintendo-y. I mean, this past year, all those announcements of ports, and then of course getting Pikmin 3 Deluxe, and then very soon we'll be getting Super Mario 3D World plus Bowser's Fury. I mean, they're doing the stuff, right? They're doing the Wii U games. So doing stuff from the 3DS, I think is also a pretty cool idea. WarioWare Gold is actually a special game. I think it's super fun, great voice acting, a lot of fun mini games, and just the style of those games is awesome. So I would actually like to see it happen. And then the big Crash news of it all. First off, Crash being revealed as the DLC fighter, which I actually think could definitely happen. I mean, there are a lot of characters that make sense in Smash Brothers, but at this point, Crash Bandicoot is just on top of everyone's list, right? It's a character that fits in with everyone in terms of the color palette, the style of Smash, the way that the character behaves and moves, and just the moveset is out there. You can definitely see what they could do, but also just because of the big history of, Sony PlayStation, Crash, what he represents, and now being on the Switch and, being buddies with Nintendo and everything like that, I feel like it's just a matter of time, right? It's about time. Now, talking about It's About Time, Crash 4 would then also come to the Nintendo Switch. I would actually like it a little bit more if Crash 4 was announced first and then it tied into Smash Brothers. But maybe the models look different and they can't really make that work. That could also be the thing. Wrath of Cortex, a little bit weird, but the idea that we're getting another Smash Brothers DLC pack with 5 new characters is pretty insane. I mean, Nintendo supporting this game is no secret, right? I mean, it does deliver a lot of goods, and you're just, Sakurai is really on the clock here, making all of these amazing contributions to Smash Brothers. So I would love to see him get a little bit of a break too, right? So I'm generally curious if you guys have any thoughts on this. Like, this is pretty cool, but it's a lot of information, and a lot of it could be wrong and fake. So if you comment down below, that could actually be featured and read out loud in our next video. And today's comment question is, well, do you believe anything in this leak? And as for a previous comment question winner, yes, our answer comes to us from our user, Liam Funnyman, saying, I actually had a dream once where Miku was revealed for the base game. This was on the night of Nintendo's E3 2018, after the show. I remember the trailer started with Jigglypuff walking on stage and singing for a crowd to decent applause, when suddenly Miku walked up from behind Jigglypuff and said something like, not bad, but you were a little flat for some notes. Jigglypuff turned around and looked up as the camera panned up from Miku's boots to her face. Miku then whipped a microphone out of nowhere and said, watch and learn, and then she addressed the audience. Is everyone ready to rock? And the crowd went wild as her splash screen came up. Miku tunes in. After the gameplay montage, it did the thing with the logo and ended with Jigglypuff and Miku performing on stage together, with the crowd absolutely loving it. Well, Liam, as far as this character goes, don't know how likely it is that she'll get into Smash, but if it happens, I want your trailer to actually be the thing that happens, because this feels so much like a Smash trailer, and Miku tunes in. I mean, that is just too good to be true. You absolutely crushed it with this one. So thank you. Thank you guys so much for sending in all your comments. These are always so much fun to read through, guys. And of course, a big shout out to our Patreon supporters and everyone who just supports this channel on Discord and all that stuff. If you want to support this channel too in a very meaningful way, I make daily content for you guys. And if you donate anything, you are part of this family. So please go to patreon.com/blockedcontent, and any donation is going to more videos and more awesome stuff. And remember, if you're not yet a member of the Blocked Content family yet, hit subscribe now, smash that like button, and ring the bell for notifications, and all the news and fun you care about will be delivered on the daily to you. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you around the corner, but there's always more Blocked Content. See ya!